Morning, lambs. Morning, Lacey. Morning and welcome back to another episode on the channel. If it's your first time here, please leave a like, rate, subscribe, all that kind of thing. I'm Alec. This is Baler Park Farming and Contracting. Today we are carrying on with the projects. The hay mower, the Krone baler and the Deutz tractor. First off though, we have a few morning chores to do. Got to feed the lambs, let out the chickens, move the cows. So if you like it, come along with us. Morning, chooks. Oh, what'd you think? Oh well. Hey. Morning, cows. Come on. On to greener pastures. There is actually still quite a bit of feed here for them, but I want to cut this for hay this year, so they are getting brought out about half a day early so we can lock it up and let it grow for silage and hay this season. Come on. That's not yours. Don't drink so fast, you'll get a bellyache. I think Thump is gonna win again. You're so slow. Winner! Got to keep him occupied while she's drinking. Okay, so chores are done. I'm now going to try and get the baler out of the shed. Tried to do it last night, but I remembered that it has a flat tire, so I tried to pump it up and it wouldn't pump up. It's obviously broken the bead a little bit. So I have my 20-ton truck jack and we'll pump it up, see if it'll seat enough to put the bead on. And if it doesn't, then we might have to use the old flamethrower trick. And then we'll get the tire up, get the baler hooked on, pull it out and make a start on that. So here we have our Krone Combipack 1500V, and oh, that's where that went. It is a hay baler with an integrated wrapper, so we can do silage, bale it, and wrap it all in the one machine, which saves time, saves labour, saves fuel, more importantly, and it's a nice machine to use, and I only have to travel once and all the rest of it. So pretty different, pretty niche, but very useful. So we have to get this ready for baling season, and there's a few jobs to do on it. We have to replace these grey rollers because they catch the wrap and don't cut it properly, don't grab it properly. We have to put new gears in because you may not be able to see that. Oh, there you go, you should be able to see that. That's what it's supposed to look like. That's what it does look like. It's stripped all the teeth off. So I've got new ones of those. I've got a couple of new plates to go inside the bale chamber. That tyre that went flat, we've got to get that off and into town. Get them to put a patch or find where the leak is and fix it. The tyre itself's got good tread, so that's good. There's supposed to be a door here that covers this. It wasn't here when I bought the machine. I have no idea where it was. I tried to order a new one, and apparently it's a discontinued part, so we're just going to make a bit of plate to go over there. There's a magnet that holds it on and a clip pin that goes there. We've got to adjust the tension for the wrap to make it the correct tension because that's how it keeps the air out, or one of the ways that it helps keep the air out. We had issues last year with a little position sensor which is in there, so this table would rock into the wrong position and try and wrap, and then it would trip stuff out. It was missing a lever there, which I think I ordered. Maybe it's also discontinued, I can't remember. And we need to swap the monitor from the Kubota into the Deutz. Once the Deutz is done, need some ancillary wiring into the Deutz to power everything up. We need to hook the lights, and I'll probably put a few more on, and possibly a camera. We'll just see how we go, so we can make sure that everything's working, and also see when we run out of wrap. Other than that, it should be pretty much paddock ready. Everything else is still set from last year, and just got to grease it, oil it, and that should be about everything. Oh, we are looking to put a inoculant sprayer unit on the front here, and basically what that does is it has a bunch of jets that spray. I think it's 2 jets, but they got a very wide fan on them that spray on the intake as it goes in, and it basically adds little inoculants and bugs to help break down the lactic acid quicker in the silage and hay. So it allows you to bale wetter hay as well and not risk mold. So it's designed to reduce mold and also break it down quicker, because some people feed it out quicker than we do to their stock, quicker than you normally would. So it helps break it down quicker, and it also allows it to ferment quicker, which makes it more palatable for the cattle. The horses will actually eat it too, and the sheep seem to enjoy it as well. So that's what we have planned for the baler. And this is the John Deere 1360 hay mower of ours. It is a 8-foot cut, I believe. It has tine conditioners which basically fluff up the windrow, and that allows the air to flow through it. when we bought it, we actually made 2 machines into the one, and somewhere in the middle, I think it was, can't even tell anymore. Anyway, somewhere there's actually a weld line where we ended up welding the 2 bars together because one end of one was bad and one end of the other was bad. Basically we made one good machine out of the 2. There's not a terrible lot that needs doing to it. It just needs, check the oil in there and in the gearbox. I've got a new skirt to put on the front here, which I got from the local supply store. I'd like to change this to a hydraulic ram, or add a ram in there so that we don't have to manually open and close it the whole time. It makes it quite a bit harder. I got a ram off of a local guy, so we'll put that in there, and that should mean we can just open and close it hydraulically, which will make life a lot easier. There is that guard to put on because the year before last it just had a normal universal joint, which looks like that, and when you turn the corners the angle was too sharp and it kept blowing these universal joints up. So this is what they call, I believe, an 80-degree universal joint, and it allows you to turn much sharper around corners without fouling or damaging anything. So we've just got to put the guard on because last year it was a bit of a rush to get everything put together. So we'll put that on. It's had a lot of new bearings in it, and need to get a new belt, another belt, a spare belt. We need to modify this, change this out or make a new one, because it's got these here which open and close to make the windrow bigger or smaller. So we've just had it open the whole time because our crops have been fairly big, but it would be nice to bring that back into line too. So we will modify this so that it works as it should. That was Dad's fix for last year. It was just a ratchet strap to hold it open. And there's supposed to be a guard, curved piece of plate that goes about from there and around the front, and you can lift it or lower it, or lift it so that it gets closer to these teeth, and that makes it condition more or less. So the old one was so rotted out, we actually got a new one made up of galvanized steel, and we've just got to take a few of the brackets and stuff like that off the old one and put it on the new one, and then we can install that as well. So there is actually a bit of work to do on this, and then just a general look-see, make sure everything else is good and happy. I did want to repaint it this year, but I think we're just going to have to make do and get away with it as it is for this year and worry about it next year because it's just too close now. It was supposed to come out earlier in the year, but other stuff got in the way. So that's the hay mower. It does a really good job, really nice job, so really pleased with it. We've just got to get it ready for the season, so we'll dive in and make a start on the baler because I already have all the parts ordered, and we'll go from there. Big flash box of bits. We've got the 2 bits of grey pipe that the wrap rolls around on. So we put all this stuff. 4 new cogs for in there, which I showed before. Seal kit because one of the hydraulic cylinders is leaking. Bearings because there's some bearings that are seized in the front on the rollers. 2 new rollers because somebody just put some bits of like pull foam around there and taped it on, and it's supposed to roll and feed the net in nicely, and we were having a few issues with the net last year, so I got 2 of them. Got a new hydraulic oil metering pump because the old one's all worn out and it's not lubricating completely correct. Some more bearings, some more nuts and bolts, a receipt. What are those for? Some bolts, a couple of wear plates that go in the bale chamber, and I bought 4 or 5 new knives for the chopping part of it because there's a couple that are bent and a bit blunt, so I'll put a few of those in new, and that'll give us a few good spares too. So I think that was all the parts that I needed. There might be a few more, but hopefully not. We'll make a start on these adjuster gears and work our way through from back to front.